आपका नॉर्मल डे नेवी ज्वाइन करने से पहले कैसा था?
नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी ज्वाइन किया था आफ्टर माई क्लास 11th।
सर हमारे लिए ना सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये स्ट्रगल है सुबह का अलार्म।
What is the secret of your success? That person said, I jump at every opportunity.
तो आपकी जर्नी में ऐसे कोई इनक्रेडिबली बहुत ही अनप्रेडिक्टेबल सिचुएशन रहा हो जो आपने एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं किया हो?
Do what you are supposed to do. Things will fall in place. किस्मत में नहीं था यार।
हर किसी ने कभी ना कभी यूनिफॉर्म पहनने का सपना देखा होगा। सिर्फ यूनिफॉर्म पहनने का ही नहीं, पर उसके पीछे की स्टोरी, उसके पीछे का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी भी सोचा। आज हमारे साथ ऐसे एक व्यक्ति है जिनने ये सिर्फ सोचा नहीं, उससे जिया है। आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट कॉमोडोर डॉक्टर राजीव चौधरी, अ मैन, अ रिटायर्ड मैन ऑफ इंडियन नेवी and a member of SSB, and currently our additional director of the hostel. I welcome you, sir.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you to you and your team for inviting me over for this podcast, the first of the series which you're doing it. And I wish you and your team all the very best. I'm quite sure that this club will grow into something wonderful, and you will bring lots of information and inputs to the university, to the students, to everybody, and everybody will gain from this club called podcast. I'm sure it will be a big hit, and wish you all the very best.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू। एक सवाल जो हमेशा कोई भी एक आर्मी ऑफिसर से होता है कि आपका नॉर्मल डे नेवी ज्वाइन करने से पहले कैसा था? क्या आपका नेवी ज्वाइन करने से पहले ही आप डिसिप्लिन थे या ज्वाइन करने के बाद आप डिसिप्लिन हुए?
पहली बात मैं बता दूं, मैंने नेशनल डिफेंस एकेडमी ज्वाइन किया था आफ्टर माई क्लास 11th। दैट वाज इन 1981। एंड उसके लिए ये है कि why 11th? Because nowadays it is 12th. And during those days you could join after 11th itself. So that was something which was there. So I was in class 11th. I was still a young student in school. And as you know, most of the time school, the discipline is based on how the school runs. So to that extent, I think I was very, very lucky to be in a very wonderful school. And जो है discipline या process itself जो कहते हैं जैसे, I think from that point of view, the school, my upbringing and the way the school was, the whole system was, where I come from, is what helped me to become what I was and what I became. And so discipline was definitely part and parcel of it. Because discipline basically means what? Basically, you follow a routine, right? You follow certain things, whatever rules, procedures, standards, issues, whatever is set up. Whether the school sets it up, whether you're in your own home, you have certain rules and regulations which your parents set it up for you. Rules and regulations are what, if you follow rules and regulations, basically you are disciplined, right? So that is how it is. So the way you grow up at home or otherwise as you're growing up, if you follow the basic issues, basic things, what the standards, even the society expects from you, that is very important. That is what decides to a large extent whether you're disciplined or not. So from that point of view, yes, I would say I was disciplined to that extent that even when it came to studies, my parents never had to tell me that it's time for you to study or it's time for you to do that. I would play games, I would do everything else, and I study on my own. Winters, holidays is there, exams are coming, 10th class exam, I used to go on the terrace, take my books, sit in the sun and study on my own. Nobody ever told me when to study, when not to study. Parents had gone off to their office. So that is how it is. So it is self-discipline which is there. Yes.
सर हमारे लिए ना सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये स्ट्रगल है सुबह का अलार्म सुनाई नहीं देता, स्नूज हो जाता है।
मैंने क्या बोला ना, रूटीन।
रूटीन, करेक्ट।
So what all this follows comes down to finally routine. How you develop your routine to do that, and to that extent, I have learned it from somewhere and heard from somebody, and I think it does make a difference. Whatever routine, whatever changes you want to bring in yourself, it takes time. So how much time do you say? So it's ideally they say that if for 21 days you follow a particular thing regularly, You have to force yourself. First, second, third, fourth day will be difficult. You have to tell yourself, no, I have to do this. Fifth, sixth day, seventh day onwards, slightly things will start changing. It will become easier. And if you continue it for 21 days, it will become a habit or a routine. So it's just that. So just follow this. If you want to change yourself, bring this issue into you, follow it, force yourself for the first 21 days. After that, it will be part and parcel of your life.
So क्योंकि कोड में मैंने सुना था one day or day one. Day one is when you start and one day you will start.
Yes. So that is what it is. क्या कहते हैं, कल करे सो आज कर, आज करे सो अब. So that's it. So instead of saying हाँ मैं करूँगा, say now. That's it. So you decide that, you take the 21 days, take a 21-day challenge and see for yourself. You'll find your body will ask for it on the 22nd day. It will automatically react. When that time comes, when that opportunity comes, it will react like that. Okay, so that is how it is.
सर अभी बहुत सारे फील्ड हो गए, अगर एजुकेशन पर्पस में देखें बहुत सारे फील्ड हो गए, तो आपका ऐसा क्या एक मेन फैक्टर था जो आपको बोला कि नहीं डिफेंस फोर्स इज माय थिंग, एंड ऐसा क्या था जो आपको पुश किया कि इस डायरेक्शन में मुझे जाना है?
Okay, I come from, like I said, where I come from Dehradun. Now, if you have heard about it, or if you've not visited there, if you heard about it, if you know about it, and it happens during, it's there even now, and it used to happen earlier. In fact, olden days, there used to be, or it was a retirees place. Most of the retired armed forces officers used to come and stay there and settle down in Dehradun. So it was a retired people's place. So what happens is that wherever you go, you see some brigadier, major, general, somebody's name or the other in front of and it's all bungalows there normally.
Correct.
So anywhere you go, the names are all written there. Everywhere you go, one was that. Second, there is an Indian Military Academy which is there, right? So when you go out, it's on Saturdays and Sundays, the gentlemen cadets from the IMA would come out on liberty. Okay, it's like your outpass.
Okay.
But it's only permitted on Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays. Saturdays also only evening for a couple of hours that they're permitted. But generally they come out on Sundays and holidays. And they would all come out. They were all smartly turned out, wearing a shirt, pant. In winter they'll be wearing their own academy blazer, academy coat, academy dress, ties and beautifully, well dressed. They would stand out anywhere you go. There would be so many of them that wherever in the market you go, you will find them only. And Dehradun's got only one main market called Paltan Bazaar and a main road called Rajpur Road. So they would all be. This is about 1.5 kilometers of space. So wherever you go, you'll find those people there. Third is, like I said, from my school, and I think that is where the biggest benefit comes from. Whose school has a history of Fauji's.
Okay.
So as children, when we were in class 4th, 5th, 6th, when you start realizing what it is, you'll find somebody or some youngster would come in and meet, and suddenly the teacher would say, just give me 5 minutes. They'll go out, meet somebody and come back. But then they will come and tell you, that was my student, he's now a captain in the army. He's a major in the army.
That's a proud moment.
Yes. They would probably come and tell us. So the students will go there, meet the teachers and do that, and it is regular affair. So when the teacher tells you like that, and when you are young, it has an effect upon you. That how a teacher is also affected by a person who's in the army, who's a captain or a major, that she's so proud or he is so proud to have somebody visit him like that. And lastly, I would say that in my lane, we had about 8 houses. Out of those 8 houses, there were 5 Faujis who were staying there. 1 brigadier, 2 colonels, 1 major, and 1 serving captain. Okay, so out of 8 houses, 5 were already Fauji houses. So like in Dehradun, it is exactly like that. You throw a stone, it will fall on some Fauji house somewhere, on some Fauji. So that's the atmosphere which is there. And so all these senior people, retired uncles, So they would tell all of us, you have to join NDA, you have to join NDA, you have to join NDA. So out of those 8 houses, 5 of us joined.
Okay.
Okay, one joined IFMC and 4 of us joined NDA. The AFMC officer, he retired as a lieutenant general. There are 2 major generals, 2 commodores, brigadiers, myself and okay. So this is the kind of an atmosphere where you are, where everybody is telling you that you must do, you must do. Similarly, from the class, from the school, like I
That
say.
comes in blood then.
Yes. Now from my class, we are a class of 42. 9 of us joined NDA. 7 joined AFMC.
Okay.
Okay. 7 guys, people did graduation or BTech or whatever and joined armed forces thereafter. So from my class, 24 of us from out of 42 are in the armed forces. So it's just not me. It's just an atmosphere which is there in the school. All of us get affected by it. And I was the first. 2 of us were the first lot to join to clear NDA. Like I said, I joined in 11th. Others joined after 12th. So when the 2 of us got cleared, my friends had a difficult time. But their parents started saying, "Why didn't you clear yours when he can clear?"
That things comes.
Right. So that was one part of it. But I'm so glad that it happened.
So जैसे हर सिक्के के 2 पहलू होते हैं, पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव। तो आपके जर्नी में ऐसे कोई इनक्रेडिबली बहुत ही अनप्रेडिक्टेबल सिचुएशन रहा हो, जो आपने एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं किया हो?
Okay. See, there are things which happen, right? Some things good will happen, sometimes bad will happen. You continue to do your bit, and I would say that irrespective of whatever happens, I believe in that Gita shloka of saying, "Karm kiye ja." Right?
Okay.
Fal ki chinta mat. Similarly, there's another thing which I've read when I was in NDA, and I read a quote, and I'm talking about 1982. That somebody who was successful was asked, "What is the secret of your success?" So that person said, "I jump at every opportunity." It's a very simple thing to say. Everybody will say yes, but he says, when does an opportunity arise? Do you know that? No. So he says. So the next question is, when do you know how the opportunity arises? He says, you never know when the opportunity arises. So you keep jumping. Basically, you continue to do your work, continue to be sincere towards what you are doing, do what you are supposed to do. Things will fall in place. There will be repercussions, there will be issues, there will be difficulties. Some people say things are, किस्मत में नहीं था यार, मेरी किस्मत में ही नहीं है. हमको ये नहीं पता है कि हमारी किस्मत में क्या है. यस, किस्मत में लिखा है सबके क्या होना है, हर एक किस्मत में लिखा है, लेकिन हम उस किस्मत के साथ में ये नहीं लिखा, ये हमको नहीं पता कि उसने क्या लिखा है और कैसे होगा. कैसे होगा के लिए हो सकता है उसमें लिखा हो कि अगर आप मेहनत करोगे तो ये हो जाएगा, आपकी किस्मत में होगा, अगर आप मेहनत नहीं करोगे तो ये नहीं होगा. ठीक है ना? You can't sit under an apple tree and wait with your mouth open thinking the apple will fall in your mouth. It will not. Apple may fall, but may fall on the side, it may not fall in your mouth. But if you reach out, you can pluck an apple and eat it.
Correct.
Isn't it? So that's the difference. Thinking is, blaming your kismat is one thing. It's not that. But it is for you to do it. Things will, every time things don't happen the way you want it. There have been times when I have also felt, yaar, ऐसा कैसे हो गया? How could it happen to me? I was doing well in service. Things haven't happened the way I wanted it, the way I looked at it, the way I expected. One odd time it didn't happen. But you continue to work, and it finally shows that when you land up as a brigadier, where you are equivalent, where in a service you are amongst the top 1% of the lot. amongst your peers where you started, you're only in the top 1% or 2%. I think that's fair enough. Now, in that 1 or 2%, now who will go on to become an admiral or not is just a matter of, like I said, किसी किस्मत में कहाँ लिखा है पता नहीं. So that's it. But what you achieve is what you can do is for you to be, at least you will not feel bad at the end of it that you did not try.
Correct.
Give yourself an opportunity. Try it out. Once you do that, after that, it is for somebody else to judge. I did my best or not. Don't come back at the end of it and say, yeah, I could have done better. Never have that regret in life whenever you want to do things. When you try something, give it your best. Don't leave it at 90% or 95% or 99%. Because that 1% which you may have left off is maybe the difference between making it and not making it.
Okay.
You have to do your bit. You say, yes, I did my bit. I couldn't have done better. If you come back and say, I could have done better, then that means you did lag behind somewhere.
That's right.
And maybe that is what is the difference between making it and not making it.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
I think that is how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, whatever I do, I want to do the best.
Giving 100% is important.
Is important. And have pride in what you do. It's my work. My work should show that it's my work. If somebody points fingers at it, then that means I have not been able to do the best.
Okay.
My work has to be the best. I have delivered it, it has to be the best. Why should somebody be able to find faults with it? If there is something, that means I did not apply myself to have a complete all-round picture and have a clear picture and understand the issue very well. If I understand it well, if I can look at the thing correctly, there is no reason why somebody else should be able to find some more things. Yes, one odd thing here and there may slip out. But till the time you find that, yes, things work and they stand out and everybody says, yes, people say, yes, it is what matters, is what it is.
सर एक इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट था जब मैंने नेवल एकेडमी के बारे में सुना था जो एस्टैब्लिश हुआ था 2009 में उन लोग के जो कैडेट्स रहते हैं उनका एक इम्पोर्टेंट ड्रिल होता है नॉट मेकिंग ड्रिल उन बट कैडेट्स को डिवाइड करते हो टीम्स में एंड दे आर हैविंग अ ड्रिल वेयरइन दे मेक अ नॉट when I see that knot it's too difficult for me to understand what is that.
See, there are what happens that a ship, when you look at it today, the ships are all mechanical, all engines are there, there is everything else. In olden days there used to be sails.
Okay.
Right now, and we have to do a lot of rope work. A ship moves with the ropes, and the sails, of course, you have all kinds of ropes running all around the thing. If you see, if any of you have seen any of those Pirates of the Caribbean or something, you'd see those, running, swinging on rope and all those things, various things. So rope work is very essential for us. Very, very essential part of it. We need to see, because we need to join various kinds of ropes at different times, use it for different purposes. So there are different knots for different purposes.
Okay.
Every knot is very different. Say, okay, I'll just tell you. You tie your shoelaces, right? Now, if you tie your shoelaces, normally you'll find there are some people those two bends will come like that, nicely on top, and the lace will extend like this. In others, you'll find that knot is vertically like this.
Yeah,
yes.
correct.
For some people it will be across, for some people it will be along the shoe. Along the shoe is incorrect.
Okay.
Your knot should be across the shoe. Now that will come, that knot is called reef knot. Okay. So there they say it is to join two equal ropes or equal. So here in this case there is a lace, equal sized ropes. So when you do that, you say left over right, right over left. If you do that, it will come out automatically in a reef knot. Right? So this is just a small thing. Bow tie, that is another kind of a knot. which is there. Right? There are ropes when you have two different sizes of rope. Now you can't tie a reef knot on it because the smaller one will just slip through the other one. So there is a different kind of a knot which is required to put two ropes which are of different size, which will be there. There are ropes which you wear. You are supposed to know where the ship is tied together. You have something called bollard, like two pillars kind of thing, and you take the rope and bring it around it, and finally tie it up. That kind of a rope holds a ship which could be 1 lakh tons weight. The rope may itself be about 8 inches thick is a different thing, but just imagine 1 lakh tons of ship's weight is handled by one rope because of the way we handle the. And there are only probably two people holding it. The ship is moving and you're trying to stop it, and only two people are holding this rope.
Dangerous नहीं होता जब only two people holding it.
That is of course there. That's part of. But just only two people holding it, and they can hold 1 lakh tons of ship moving. It's because of the way we use the rope, the friction which is caused. So what we do, we put it around the bollard 2 or 3 turns and keep it. That way it is put across and the way the friction happens, it helps to do that. So there are different types. There are people who will have to climb up and work on a mast. Now there he has to sit and work somewhere. So how will he do that? How will he hang himself? So there's a different kind of a rope which he ties to himself so that he can go onto the mast and be safe enough. We can't allow him to fall down. No?
Okay.
So for his safety, we put a knot called bowline. So there are different types of knots which are there. And when you say like Naval Academy, cadets are doing that. So we hang a rope and we tell them, okay, fine, here it is. Now you practice that. Okay. So we give them all those different types of knots which are there. We make them practice that so that you should be able to do it blindly without even thinking.
It should come in the muscle memory.
Yes. Okay. We just do it, take it, tuck, it will happen. Like I just did a bowline.
We don't know that.
No, I'm just saying the way I had put it across would be like it will happen like that. So that is how it is, So for us, it's a very essential part of it. So different places, different kind of rope, how the rope has to be handled will require different things. So some of those similar kind of knots are put in by everybody else, or others also in normal way.
Okay. Yeah. So अभी youngsters का एक सबसे important problem ये होता है कि अभी social media कोई भी platform में बहुत सारी चीजें आ जाती है. It creates a confusion. So if an individual wants to make a career out of this, like defense force, how should he start?
Okay. See, first and foremost, what you got to understand, what are we looking for?
Okay.
Like I've been the president of the SSB, so I can say one thing for sure. We're looking for a good personality. For what are we? Okay. So now what we are looking at? We're looking for a leader.
Okay.
There's a difference between leader and a manager. Right? Manager manages things. A leader produces. He takes the team along. He does things. He thinks things. He produces results.
Okay.
A manager can also be a leader. Right? And a leader in any case has to be a manager. Every manager cannot be a leader, but every leader will be a manager. There's a difference between the two. So what we require personality. You to develop a personality. Why? Because as a leader, somebody has to look up at you, only then you become a leader. Right? So you got to develop that personality so that people look up at you for anything which is there.
Correct.
Right? So to develop that personality, you should have certain traits. So some of those things which are very essential is integrity.
Okay.
If you do not have integrity, you can be rest assured, irrespective of job, whichever you go, you will not be paid. Integrity, trust. Right? Character. Your character should speak for yourself. And that means how you conduct yourself in various means.
Okay, how you handle yourself in situations.
Yes, conduct. Your character will come out will be noted by people based on your conduct or how you conduct yourself under different circumstances, different situations. You asked me about discipline. A simple question I ask you. You're going late in the evening, late at 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10, 10:30. You're driving down. You see a red light is there. Correct. There's a crossing. There's no transport, no nothing throughout the thing. There's a red light. Would you stop or would you move?
I'll move.
This is the difference.
Okay. That's type of a
Discipline not when others are watching. Discipline when nobody else is watching you.
okay.
This is character. This is what makes the difference.
Understood.
What you can do for yourself because you are doing it right. You are always trying to do things right. Integrity. This is what it is. I will do the things right. I have to follow my rules, regulations, irrespective of whatever it is. It's not that somebody is watching only, then I have to do it. No. Why do I need a traffic policeman to tell me that? I should be able to do it on my own. If I can do that, automatically people will notice. This is what I said. Your leadership, people will notice. You may not know that somebody is noticing you or noting now, but it will happen.
No,
right?
Not for
that. So this is what is it. What makes a difference to you.
Correct.
That you have to be able to do things, your character, your integrity, your discipline, right? And a very important issue is ability to solve problems. Problem solving attitude, a positive attitude and a problem solving ability. Given the resources, everybody can solve every problem. Unlimited resources, everybody can solve every problem. Given all the resources, Trump is still not able to solve Iranian problem.
Correct.
He's still facing difficulties, right? I'm not saying that his fortune is not, but the thing is, he's got so much at hand, but there are certain complications in that issue, or something which he did not anticipate. That how Iran will react to the whole thing, and it has extended. Otherwise, any other place, he would have probably this war should have ended in 3 days or 4 days with the kind of might which US and Israel were able to bring it on Iran, and Iran having had sanctions for so many years with limited facilities and limited abilities, it should have been able to, but it has been able to sustain itself because it moved into asymmetric warfare, not a normal warfare. So he changed the whole situation.
It's about how you use your resources smartly.
Yes. So within those, Iran has solved its own problem.
Okay.
Right. With the limited resources, he's been able to find what is my solution. I cannot go and take on America directly, 1-to-1. Right. Secondly, if I do concentrate every time, normally all his forces and everybody decision making was all centralized. Now he said, okay, fine, decentralize, spread out all my resources all over. So even if America brings down one thing, there are others which are there. They've been told, okay, if Khamenei goes, automatically all of you will straight away start. So the moment Khamenei was attacked, it did not take very long for the Iranian armed forces to launch the first attack. And it happened from all over Iran.
Okay.
Because it was decentralized and given orders, if this happens, this is what you will do. So that order was given beforehand.
Understood.
So it has been able to, within that resources, how to do it. So there are 4-5 things which are very essential. And most important is self-confidence. Your confidence, your self-confidence, your ability to, and another feature which is important is communications, your ability to communicate things. For that, I'm not saying that the language matters. Language is not what matters. It's not that you have to have a very good English or very good Hindi. आपको किसी में भी बात करो. प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी में आपको क्या सबसे अच्छा लगता है? वो अपनी बात जो कहना चाहते हैं हर आदमी तक पहुंचती है. जो उनके दिमाग में है यस, हर चीज वो क्लियरली बोल सकते, बता सकते, दैट इज कम्युनिकेशन।
ओके।
आपका आइडिया क्या है, आपके बहुत अच्छे आइडियाज हो सकते हैं, बहुत सारी, आप सारी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर सकते हो, लेकिन अगर आपने उसको अपने लास्ट आदमी तक कैसे सॉल्व करना है वो उसको कम्युनिकेट नहीं किया ढंग से, तो फिर आपका पूरा प्लान गड़बड़ हो जाएगा।
सही है।
ठीक है, सो आपकी बात कम्युनिकेट होनी चाहिए। यू शुड बी एबल टू कम्युनिकेट योर आइडियाज, योर वेज, मीन्स व्हाटएवर यू वांट टू से शुड बी कम्युनिकेटेड टू द, I hope I am able to communicate what I am trying to say.
Yes, yes.
Right? If it is reaching you, means that is what is essential.
Understood, sir.
Right? So few things, if you do that and be aware कि what is happening around you. We are not with horses with blinkers कि हमको सामने ही देखना है. Be aware. When you're driving, you're aware of what is happening. कौन कौन आगे से गाड़ी जा रही है, पीछे से आ रही है, क्या हो रहा है. Your awareness is what is essential. When you are aware of what all is happening around you, whatever it is, then you will, because you have to keep your eyes and ears open, absorb things, see things. There will be, from everything you will learn and you will understand. Right? So both चीजें हैं जरूरी. I'll ask you a very simple question. We're sitting here. What is the address? Address of Amity University.
Panchgaon, Gurugram.
Okay, Panchgaon, Gurugram. What does Panchgaon mean?
Means I think like when 5 gaons
Okay.
coming together, villages.
Right?
Correct.
What are the names of the 5 villages?
Don't know.
This is what is essential.
Okay, okay. Understood.
Know about yourself. Ask. Question करो ना अपने आप को.
No, I'm surrounding.
Awareness. What, where, whither, when, how, why. Ask these questions for yourself. Ask yourself. कुछ भी चीज देखते हो, क्यों, क्या, कैसे, क्यों नहीं. When you ask these questions, you will get your answers. And nowadays, everybody's got this magic wand, yaar. Abracadabra, Google. He'll tell you everything, most of the things. With artificial intelligence, or so much more is also coming to be. Yes, you got to take a lot of it with pinch of salt, not with just a pinch of salt, a lot of it with a lot of salt at times, because everything may not be correct. But then for that you can do that, because when you will ask another question on that, or you would ask query that particular part of it is also whether it is correct, what it is, why it is, how it is. So this how, where, what, whether, when, where, how, this is something which should be there in your, this question mark should be there in your mind as a youngster.
Is important.
Asking questions is essential.
Understood.
To yourself, to others, to somebody else, whatever it is. यार ये क्या है? Being inquisitive about life.
Find everything curious.
Yes. Curiosity does not, they say curiosity kills the cat. Sorry. It makes leaders.
Okay.
Your knowledge will grow, you will have so much of knowledge that people will automatically come to you and say, यार तुम बताओ मुझे यार, इसका किसी को पता, इसको पता होगा यार, इसका आंसर इसको पता होगा, कुछ भी उससे पूछ लो यार, उसके पास चलते हैं, वो बताएगा कैसे करना है, क्यों करना है.
Okay.
That is what it is. If you can become that kind of a person whom people approach you, means you are already a leader.
Okay.
Right? Because you are able to convey things, you are able to influence people because of your knowledge, because of your other things, such kind of things, you know.
Understood.
हाँ.
सर मेरा एक पर्सनल फेवरेट क्वेश्चन है कि अगर आप नेवी में नहीं होते तो आप ऐसे कौन से फील्ड में खुद को देखते कि इट वुड बी बेस्ट.
Okay, now if I was not in the Navy at that time as a youngster, तो हमारे time पे there were only 2-3 fields.
Okay.
You either became a engineer, or became a doctor, or you wanted to become. In our case, we thought humanities at that time. We used to call it arts and commerce, right?
Okay.
And I took science, so PCM. So it was basically to become, if not this thing, I would have probably become an engineer. But now when I look at it as a person, having seen life with a lot of other understanding, probably if given a chance, I would have become an economist.
Okay.
if not for the Navy. But I think that's a field which really makes what the world work.
Okay.
I feel that is, as a person, I would have probably become an economist. Knowing myself now, I would have probably become an economist. I would have done economy, yes.
सर एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन से पहले एक थोड़ा क्विक रैपिड फायर खेलते हैं. मैं आपको जो भी 4 सवाल पूछूंगा उसको आपको वन वर्ड में आंसर करना.
Okay.
ओके. वन वर्ड फॉर नेवी.
Best service.
ओके. डिसिप्लिन या टैलेंट.
Discipline.
ओके. अर्ली मॉर्निंग या लेट नाइट.
I'm okay with both.
बट अगर एक चूज करना हो तो.
I sleep at 1 o'clock and get up at 5 o'clock.
Okay, both.
It's regular. It's not an effect. It doesn't affect me at all throughout the job.
स्लीप साइकिल हो जाता है.
Doesn't matter. Navy, we are used to it.
ओके या.
In a ship, when the ship is sailing during this thing, when the exercises are on, and like now like the war is on. So if you can't just say कि मेरा routine बदल जाएगा. मैंने बोला ना सब कुछ के लिए. Suddenly नहीं होता है. It's not. We are not. Humans are not कि आज मेरे को change करना है तो मैंने. Why did I say 21 days? We are not like electricity की power switch on किया तो light out हो गई फिर off हो गई. You can't change yourself like that. So you have to train for everything.
Okay.
So we train for everything. So during our service time, when we are sailing, ships, especially during our time, those ships we used to be very old and they were not very. They used to go out for sailing for a limited time. We used to go for about 10 days in a month or so. So we used to make the best of it. To make the best of it, you're spending most of the time away. So we used to work till 10:30 at night. 10:30 जाकर के सोना है. मेरी ड्यूटी रात को 12 से 4 होती थी, which used to be on the bridge. So 10:30 I'll go to sleep. 11:45 I should close up in the bridge. 4 o'clock I would be relieved. I used to go back. 5:30 I had to be back because the first firing होती थी.
Okay.
So 5:30 I was up again and be there for the firing. फिर वो दिन भर चलता रहेगा. बीच में आधा घंटा पौना घंटा कहीं मिल गया तो you just take a nap and get ready. So that is why it doesn't matter to me whether how many hours of sleep I get.
So what was your favorite food on board?
Rajma chawal.
You even get that in over there?
Yes. Okay. But otherwise, yes. See, Navy gives you in the forge. Our food is amazing.
Okay.
It's the best amongst all the 3 services. Not just the 3 services. I can say this: at any given time, you go to a naval ship, and somebody were to say, "Okay, fine, let's have dinner or let's have lunch." Okay. Typical, or a breakfast for that matter. Typical breakfast will start with a porridge, right? It will be a dalia, cornflakes, something or the other, which will be there. Okay. After that, there'll be, if you eat eggs, then somebody will come and ask you, sir, what kind of egg do you want? How do you want it? So you can choose whether you want omelette, whether you want single fried, double fried, boiled egg, hard boiled, so half boiled, whatever type.
जाना है नेवी में.
Okay.
मिल गया.
Yeah. Then there'll be some ham or something, bacon or something along with it. Then you'll have toast, butter, jam, toast, everything available. Then there'll be a cup of coffee or tea. Okay, this is a typical normal breakfast. A lunch would have either a soup, followed by there'll be rice or chapati, of course. Then there'll be a non-veg dish. There'll be a vegetable. There'll be dal. There'll be this thing, raita or curd, right? Then you have a dessert. You'll have some kind of soft sweet dish at the end of it. And at dinner we'll have a similar things. And of course, the meal can be. We have different meals, different menus for every day. So we have Indian, South Indian, North Indian. We have Chinese. We have noodles. We have fried rice. Different days, different things. You'll have morning. Sometimes you'll have on a Sunday. We'll normally have dosas for breakfast. Right. Saturday morning or another holiday, you may have aloo paratha or something someday.
Okay.
So it's not that every day is the same.
You get different meals.
Different meals, and a menu is made for 1 week at a time. There's actually a
Okay.
menu made for 28 days, 4 weeks. Okay, there will be continental, there'll be Chinese, there'll be all kinds of meals are put together. So you have then Fridays is fish day.
Okay.
Twice a week or thrice a week there'll be mutton in the meals. Besides other days there'll be chicken.
Okay.
Right. So this is how it is. It's a and for vegetarian there'll be paneer or something else which is to compensate for it. So that whole thing is there, and the best part of it is meals are free. You don't pay for it. Okay.
Okay.
Everything, the whole meal, whatever is served to you is free. It is part and parcel of it. And I can tell you, we get the best of the cooks. I have commissioned a ship in UK. I went to UK, stayed there for about a year, spent a year there, and bought a ship from there and got it to India. Training ship INS Krishna, and we had Britishers coming there, having our food on our ship. We served them continental food to them. Okay, and they were impressed.
Okay.
They were impressed. So, and of course, I'm not talking about party food. All this is what is the daily meals which are there. I'm not talking about parties or functions, which is a very different affair altogether.
So I heard of a ritual whenever the junior cadets are sitting and eating their food, the senior ones come between them, eat with them, and as a role model, play as a role
Yeah,
model.
what happens is this is what you're talking about is happens in the naval academies.
Yeah.
I've been a divisional officer there. I've been instructor there. I
Okay.
was also the CEO at the Naval Academy you mentioned about at Indian Naval
Okay.
Academy at Edimala. Okay. And what happens? See, students will join there as cadets.
Mhm.
Now, when you join, you are not aware of how to eat with the kind of cutlery and crockery which is available. Right? Here we all eat on steel plates. Navy, there is no steel plate.
Okay.
For officers, it's all proper China crockery. Okay. There are no steel glasses. It's all proper things because that is how it is, and that's how it's in my home also. I don't use steel plates. Okay. But so there's a crockery and cutlery. So are you able to use the first day? Will you be able to take a knife and fork and have an omelette with that? Everybody may not be able to do that. You may not have been taught. You're not expected to be that.
We are eating with hands.
Yeah. So everybody comes from different walks of life. We have got students, so we are not here to stop you from anywhere. Somebody will be able to use a spoon, somebody will not be able to use it.
Correct.
Spoons, of course, everybody will be able to use, but knife and fork, everybody is not able to use. But here it's not just a matter of one knife and fork. To eat fish, you have a different kind of a knife and fork. It's a different set
That's
of
difficult.
yes, it's a different set.
Okay.
Right. So there is a different set for a soup and different set for different spoon for a soup and different soup for a porridge. Different spoon for a porridge. You have to know that. Dessert has to be eaten by a different spoon, different type of a spoon. For your coffee, for your sugar and coffee spinning, you use a different spoon. So there is so much of it which is there. Crockery and cutlery is an expanse of things. So to teach those people as cadets, we need to teach them how to eat properly.
Okay.
How do you conduct yourself? Because eating itself is a ritual. It's a way to do that. They should be able to do that because tomorrow you will be sitting with senior officers. Are you able to conduct yourself well or not? That is the time. How do you sit? How do you like if you have to sit in a chair on a there also there is a method of how you which side do you sit from.
Okay.
Okay, which side of the chair you sit from, which side will you get out from. So everything is taught. Small things.
And there the senior
So we
comes.
teach them
Okay.
first. We give them how to hold a knife, how to hold a fork. We teach them. Then every day Every one divisional officer will go and sit with the cadets and eat with them.
Okay, like that.
So when he sits there and eats, the others follow his routine. So you can't get up and leave. If he's sitting on your table, the senior officer, at that time nobody else will leave. They will all finish the food. Everything will finish with him. Every meal, everything will finish with him.
Okay.
Like when he has his soup, when he finishes his soup, the soup plate will be removed for everybody together. Now, if you finished it or not, it will be removed.
Okay.
So that is how it is. That's how it happens in a parties also,
Okay. Okay.
where you have where we have official parties and functions where sit down dinners are there. Then you have that. In National Defence Academy, we had Queen of England come and visit us. She had meals with us in our mess. 1800 cadets sitting together, and we had Queen come there and had meal with us. We had the present king, Prince Charles. He came there. He had meals with us. We had Australian Prime Minister come and visit us. So we had such senior dignitaries. They come and have dinner meals with us. So you should be able to know what to do right, how to do it, how to eat, how to talk to people when you are eating. So you can't talk with your mouth full.
Okay.
So while similarly, you can't keep your elbows on the table. You can't keep holding your knife and fork while you're eating. So once you've eaten, you keep it there. When do you tell the guy, okay, I have finished? So the way you keep your cutlery will convey to the steward whether this is finished, that you finished eating, or you still want more. So put it across means I'm still eating. Put it parallel, I've closed the plate. Now the plate can be removed.
Okay.
So those are ways. These are all things which are taught to you. So you learn all this slowly. Now, of course, they become part and parcel of our. We don't even think about it. It just happens. Like I said.
So इसी कोई आदत है जो आप उस समय करते थे, उस अपने एकेडमी के दौरान आपको सिखाई गई और अभी भी आप फॉलो करते हो?
I do.
Everything.
First thing which I get up in the morning, first thing which I do is I make my bed.
Okay.
This is taught to me in Naval and NDA.
Mm-hmm.
That you get up, first thing, make your bed ready. Put it back there, pull the sheet, put it everything else, and do that. Yes, you want to change the sheet, yeah, you may do later. But for that time being, it just takes half a minute. But if your bed is made nicely, when you walk into that room, you feel good. And when you want to sleep, at least you've got sleeping in a nice bed, no?
Mm-hmm.
Well-made bed. Isn't it?
Correct.
You come tired, you want to do something. देखा है, कहाँ शीट उधर चली गई, मैट्रेस दिख रहा है, वो है, और
Sleep like that only.
this is what it is.
So if I ask you to give one advice to the students out there, what would be that? Related to anything.
Yeah. No, I will just say that, be sincere towards what you want to do. Have an aim, whatever it is. It's not that you have to. I can tell you most of the things which I told you now about what you want to follow is not that they are limited to Fauji's to become a defense officer. No. If you do all this, and you'll find that a lot of people, Fauji kids, who are in different walks of life. If you listen, lots of them are doing so well in life. They made a mark of their own. Arnab Goswami is one of them. Right? A lot of them. You will find they have inculcated most of these habits. Most of the things what I told you, they already inculcated. So when you inculcate those habits, it becomes good. Secondly, please go play games, especially team games. Because teamwork is what matters.
Outdoor games.
Yes. Please go and play games. You don't know, learn. Be a part of a team. If you cannot play a game for some reason or the other, be a part of a team. A leader is not good enough on his own. He is a leader of a team. He has to take the team along. So you have to learn to be a part of a team. How do you get together? How do you do that? If you are able to keep people together, when you are part of a team, you will know how to behave with the senior, how to behave with the peers, and how do you handle your juniors. Irrespective of game. So games are very essential. They bring out a lot of leadership qualities. They say Eton is where all these princes in England and all the higher ranking people of Britain. So in old, I mean, when they used to have the British Empire all over, so how would they develop their leaders or their senior people or the princes and everything? So they used to send them to Eton, and they said, "You make generals and leaders there. They are not made in the classrooms of Eton. They're made on the playgrounds of Eton. That is where they go play, do things. Automatically, leadership will develop. You'll develop things. If you're not able to play a game for some reason or the other, fine. Go to participate in something of team events of any kind of other thing. Thirdly, as students here, participate in maximum activities you can. There are so many functions here, so many things happening, so many workshops happening. If you've got time, you're sitting out there doing nothing, just go and sit in a workshop. Even if it doesn't concern your department, doesn't matter. Baba, you learn something, and for all you know, you may suddenly say, यार ये तो मेरे को बहुत interesting लग रहा है यार, मेरे को पता ही नहीं था ऐसा भी कुछ है. This is what I said: curiosity, inquisitiveness. Do that. When you leave, because tomorrow when you leave, you can be rest assured that most important part which is there is when you go for your interviews. They'll say, what have you done? I'm telling you, whatever, as a president, I would ask the questions, similar questions are asked here by other interviewers also. Okay. They will say, अच्छा आपने क्या क्या किया है? Sir, my results तो देख लिया उसने, उसके पास already है. Now tell me, what else have you done? What are the co-curricular activities which you participate in? What are the extracurricular activities which you participate? What did you do? What did you achieve? Sir, I was part of ME Fest. Okay, what did you do in ME Fest? Sir, I coordinated this, or I was part of this particular team or coordinated. Okay, what was your responsibility? How did it happen? What are the problems which you came across? How did you solve those problems? How did you go about meeting those? So if you have gone through it, it will come out so easily. You don't have to think, because you would have been part and parcel of it. Isn't it? So that is what it is. And this is what is learning. This is what you will take with you, because nobody else can take it away. Your experiences are your experiences. Nobody else can take it away from you. Take those, gain experiences in life. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि बच्चों बाकी फ्रेंड्स के साथ नहीं घूमो फिरो एंजॉय करो, ऑल दैट इज आल्सो देयर, बट बैलेंस आउट थिंग्स, बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे व्हेन somebody asks you a question and you say, अरे यार मेरे को बुलाया था, मैं तो गया नहीं, मैंने कहा मैं फ्रेंड्स के साथ ही बैठा हुआ था मैं, तो वो जो है वो फिर then you'll have the regrets in life, which is what I said. If today you were to ask me if I have any regrets in life, I have got no regrets in life. If I was to ask somebody were to ask me, will you live, give you another life, how would you like to live it? I would like to replicate it.
That's the best feeling.
I don't think there's anything else which can be there.
So thank you so much, sir. Sir, आज की इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें सीखी, just like how to lead a team, how to handle things smartly. अब जब भी हम यूनिफॉर्म देखेंगे तो सिर्फ यूनिफॉर्म नहीं, उसके पीछे की स्टोरी, कमिटमेंट सब याद आएगा.
आप देखते हो ना किसी को, फौजी को देख के बाहर से दिख जाएगा, यू सी अ फौजी विल स्टैंड देयर, ही विल नॉट स्टैंड, उसको वो दे दो तो देखता रहेगा. उसकी फर्स्ट थिंग विल बी देयर इज, ये यहाँ पे है, एग्जिट कहाँ से है, आग लग जाएगी तो कहाँ से निकलेंगे, क्या होगा, ये नहीं सोच नहीं रहा है वो, ये नहीं कि वो है, बट ही वुड हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड थिंग्स विदाउट रियलाइजिंग कि मैं क्या ऑब्जर्व कर रहा हूँ, क्या देख रहा हूँ. वो नहीं है हमारा इरादा, वो नहीं है कि हम कुछ अपने स्पेसिफिकली देख रहे हैं, नो, बट इट्स जस्ट दैट, like I said, no, what, where, whether, when, I keep eyes and ears open. So the first thing which will be there is looking around, हो गया यार जगह कैसी है, क्या नहीं है इसमें. तो आफ्टर सम टाइम इफ यू आस्क हिम अ क्वेश्चन, ही विल से टेल यू वहाँ पे वो भी है, ये भी है, वो भी है। अरे यार ये भी था, हमने तो देखा ही नहीं।
वन मैसेज फॉर एवरीवन लिसनिंग आउट देयर, जब भी आप कोई भी सिचुएशन में फंसे हो, 3 चीज़ हमेशा याद रखना, जैसे सर ने बोला, क्लैरिटी, कमिटमेंट एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। ये 3 चीज़ आपको हर सिचुएशन में आगे ले जा सकती है। सो सर, इट वाज ट्रूली एन ऑनर टू हैव यू हियर,
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
एंड थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर ट्यूनिंग इन। दिस इज बैठक साइनिंग ऑफ। जय हिंद, जय भारत।